सारे एक तो कश्मीर की बात करेंगे जाहिर है, और दूसरा टाइम का भी ख्याल रखेंगे सारे साथी ताकि बोल सकें इस पे। ये एक अहम इशू है, सब चाहते हैं कि इसमें
आज शुक्रिया चेयरमैन साहब। आज कश्मीर के हवाले से 1 साल हो गया है जो हिंदुस्तान ने वहाँ एक गैर कानूनी कब्ज़ा कायम किया हुआ था, उसके हवाले से आज यौम इस्तेसाल हो रहा है और मनाया जा रहा है। और आपका शुक्रिया कि आपने सेनेट में ये इजलास ख़ास मुनक़िद किया और सबको मौका दिया। इंशाल्लाह सब हमारे दोस्त भी बोलेंगे। आज बिल्कुल कश्मीर का दिन है, लेकिन हम समझते हैं चेयरमैन साहब कि इस्तेसाल से बहुत ज़्यादा हमारा जज्बा है। इस्तेसाल तो नर्म लफ्ज़ है। हम तो बल्कि सुबह ये डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि ये गैर कानूनी काबिज़ कुव्वत है और उनके साथ हम इस्तेसाल से बहुत आगे की बात करें, क्योंकि जो हुआ है कश्मीर में वो इलीगली इंडियन ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर में, वो मैं समझती हूँ दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लैंड ग्रैब यानी ज़बरदस्ती का कब्ज़ा है। इसकी अहमियत 3 चीज़ों में है, लेकिन सबसे पहले मैं ये कहूँगी क्योंकि मिनिस्टर ने बड़ी बात की कि कश्मीर बनेगा पाकिस्तान। इंशाअल्लाह आपका जो सियासी मैप भी है उसकी भी मंतिक समझ आती है, क्योंकि वहां से भी बना है। हिंदुस्तान ने भी पूरे आज़ाद कश्मीर को अपनी जद में अपने पॉलिटिकल मैप में ले लिया है। लेकिन खास तौर से पीपल्स पार्टी की नज़र में और मैं समझती हूँ सारे पाकिस्तान की नज़र में ये कश्मीरी आइडेंटिटी और शनाख्त और उनके हक खुदरादियत का मामला है। बुनियादी तौर पर दिस इज अबाउट द कश्मीरीज राइट ऑफ सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन, राइट? एंड अलाउ मी टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश बिकॉज आई थिंक द होल पॉइंट ऑफ ऑल सच gestures is that our thoughts be conveyed internationally and principally I have written an article also, I would urge you to read it in the news. I have principally appealed to the West because they are the ones who have brought to the fore a human rights philosophy, a universal declaration on the rights of man at the United Nations. And they hold the entire world accountable. मैं OIC के बारे में बात ही नहीं करूंगी, उनका क्या दर्जा रहा है, उनका क्या स्टैंडिंग रही है, उस पर हम सब बात कर चुके हैं, कभी ऊपर कभी नीचे। लेकिन मुस्लिम उम्मा ने कम मलेशिया रहा है साथ खड़ा हुआ और तुर्की रहा है और पाकिस्तान का की तो जिम्मेदारी बनती है। लेकिन आप सोचें कि आप जब मैसेज करते हैं कि ये हमने मैप इशू कर दिया, ठीक है, but please explain to the people of Kashmir who have fought very hard and continue to face the bayonet of an ethnic cleansing, fascist, rogue Prime Minister of India right now. They are facing it for their right to self-determination, which has been promised to them by the Charter of the United Nations, by the UN resolutions, and by Pakistan. And it has actually also been promised to them by India, who has taken these unlawful and illegal actions. Now, when you issue a map, we hope that that is what the Kashmiris will choose. And the same way, India is trying to change the political nature of the game. So I want to warn all our friends everywhere, even in Pakistan and internationally, all friends of Kashmir, that there is a clock on Kashmir right now. For many years, they have suffered and faced brutality, state torture, rapes. Now you have mass graves. Many human rights reports have come out, but they have been buried. What has happened? This last year has been extraordinarily difficult for the Kashmiris. Why? Because not only were they already in a lockdown, then they had COVID-19. They have been in curfew. They have been unable to reach hospitals. They have been unable to speak out. And what has been happening for this one last year? एक साल से क्या हो रहा है साहब? हाँ, उनकी मीडिया की भी आवाज बंद कर दी गई है। शुरू में जब भारत ने ये गैर कानूनी काम किया तो सारी दुनिया की तवज्जो मबजूल हो गई थी, सारी दुनिया की तवज्जो मबजूल हो गई थी और भारत को का खुद इस्तेसाल हो रहा था। हमें तो इससे बहुत ज्यादा करना चाहिए। भारत का उस वक्त इस्तेसाल हो रहा था, तो उन्होंने फिर क्या किया? कोविड की आड़ में उन्होंने मीडिया पर खासतौर से कश्मीर में सख्त कलगन लगाई। New laws have been created in India under the guise of COVID-19. Old laws have been quietly reformed to now prosecute individuals, journalists, all those who report even from New Delhi. So the idea of India is under challenge as we speak today, and I want to remind this house, which has been my political home, that today Narendra Modi is going even further. On August 5th, he has chosen this date. उन्होंने आज डेट का चुनाव क्यों किया है कि वो बबरी मस्जिद के खंडरात पर जो रियासती एक्शन से खत्म किए गए हैं, गिराए गए हैं, आज वो वहां पूजा करने जा रहे हैं राम की। राम मंदिर का इफ्तिताह होगा। सारी राष्ट्र सेवक सेवम सारी वहां पहुंचेगी। RRS and Sangh Parivar, the RSS and the Sangh Parivar will be in full cry today. And today, the idea of India as enunciated in their constitution is under critical challenge because they have chosen August 5th. So it's not just their internal problem. कुछ लोग कह रहे थे वो उनका अंदरूनी मसला है, वो वहां क्या करें। हमें कोई छोड़ता है हमारे अंदरूनी मसलों के साथ? कैसे अंदरूनी मसला है? They have chosen August 5th to do this on the crumbling stones of a century-old Muslim mosque. मंदिर अब मस्जिद के ऊपर बनाया जा रहा है और उनके सारे कानून एक तरफ, उनके इदारे, उनके कोर्ट्स, उन्होंने सब इस बात में कोऑपरेशन दिखाई है और संघ परिवार की रियासत अब सर उठा चुकी है। 2014 से ये तसलसल जारी था। उन्होंने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में कहा था हम ये स्पेशल स्टेटस हटाएंगे। तो कश्मीरी अवाम ने अपने बलबूते पर जो उनको जवाब दिया उससे वो भारत सरकार सख्त सख्ते में चली गई। They did not expect such a people to rise and they rose, and the world saw that they rose and rejected this forced takeover. And it is an attempt because we do not accept it and the Kashmiris do not accept it. Until the Kashmiris don't accept anything, nothing is going to be written in stone. I appreciate that the line of control is still a dotted line because that is between the two Kashmirs. And last night we heard on television from the Prime Minister that, which the Minister did not repeat today, but it was repeatedly said to us, that the right of self-determination is going to be preserved and we will continue to hold the United Nations responsible for holding a plebiscite. Very good. What is Narendra Modi doing to change that? He has also issued a political map of India in which Azad Kashmir has been subsumed, in which Muzaffarabad has gone in. Now they tell you the weather of Muzaffarabad. Now India tells you the weather in Muzaffarabad and also parts of Gilgit. That's all showing in their map and we have now our own map. But what is going on the ground for the Kashmiris? Is 1 minute of silence going to fix that? I don't think so. And that should not even have been mentioned. मैंने तो कल कहा भी था. What we are not advocating ever for a military solution. There is no military solution to any problem, as we all know. But India has taken military action. It has taken other actions. And for the last 1 year, there is silence in the valley. Valley में खामोशी है. खामोशी क्यों है? क्योंकि जितने भी यूनियनिस्ट भी वहाँ सियासी कायदीन थे, चाहे वो पीडीपी हो, चाहे वो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस हो, वो सब प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन में हैं. इन कवानीन का हमें पता है ना. वो प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन में, वो कस्टडी में हैं, जेलों में हैं, और जेलें भरी हुई हैं बेनाम कश्मीरियों से, और उनके कब्रिस्तान भरे हुए हैं बेनाम कश्मीरियों से. तो उनके साथ जो हो रहा है, आगे आप देखिए, नरेंद्र मोदी ने जो डोमिसाइल सर्टिफिकेट्स इशू करना शुरू किए हैं, 25,000 वहाँ हिंदू लाए गए हैं, उनके लैंड ओनरशिप लॉज बदले गए हैं, 25,000 Hindus have already been brought into the valley. The attempt is to change the demography. So in case anything ever comes up, if there's a plebiscite, if there's a question of a plebiscite, and India is called to take action by the powers that have forgotten this people, by the United Nations and the international community that has forgotten Kashmir, and it is an act of willful forgetting. He will just say, well, now we have enough Hindus, and those will be the ones voting otherwise. So that is the strategy, and the international community will be held responsible, just like for Palestine, very similar post-colonial misadventures that they have perpetrated. Now there is a colonization, a demographic and colonization and religious apartheid. It is a religious apartheid, and I want this term to be understood. It is a religious apartheid that Narendra Modi's government is imposing on Kashmir today. The world says we can't breathe. Who can breathe in Kashmir? Are Kashmiri lives not important? Don't Kashmiri lives matter? Who can breathe in Kashmir? कौन सांस ले सक रहा है इस वक्त कश्मीर में? ये सवाल उठना चाहिए. और आज 1 मिनट के साइलेंस के बजाय पाकिस्तान कहता कि हम एक इंटरनेशनल ब्लिट्स कर रहे हैं. आज हर एम्बेसी हमारी बड़ी, खासतौर से यूएन में है, जो न्यूयॉर्क में है और जो जिनीवा में है, उनको चेयरमैन साहब बड़े बड़े वेबिनार्स करने चाहिए थे. अब तो इस दौर में तो हर चीज़ सेमिनार वेब पे होती है. हम भी यहाँ से बात करते हैं उसमें. हमने कल एक यूके के पार्लियामेंटेरियंस ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया है. मैं जाऊँगी, इजाज़त लूँगी 3 बजे. कल भी हो रहा है, आज भी हुआ है. यहाँ कोई ब्लिट्सक्रीग नहीं हुआ है. There should have been a blitzkrieg today. बस 3 पूरा हफ्ता चलते बड़े बड़े सेमिनार्स हम दे सकते हैं एक्सपर्ट्स और सिविल सोसाइटी के नाम. दुनिया सुने और दुनिया बोले. ये इस वक्त का मुतालबा होना चाहिए. और मैं आपके सामने एक उम्मीद की किरण ज़रूर रखना चाहती हूँ, और हमें ये भी देखना चाहिए, and the West should also take note. If mainstream Indians now are beginning to take note of what Narendra Modi is saying, then perhaps the international community might want to stop this willful act of forgetting. This is absolutely willful. It is not involuntary. It is a voluntary act of amnesia. It is an erasure of a whole people's identity. It is an erasure of history. And Narendra Modi is making sure it's an erasure of the idea of secular India. That is their call. But it is affecting the very lives and deaths of Kashmiris as we speak. And I want to take the liberty, if you're quickly permission, because everybody wants to speak, of pointing out this report that has come out. It's called a human rights report on Kashmir. And today it is written by a group of mainstream jurists of academics, of lawyers, of journalists who risk their lives, and they have said that Narendra Modi's India is damaging Kashmir, it is imprisoning their people, and it has made Muslims, this is another person saying, Indian saying, the eternal, unforgivable other. There is no forgiveness. The Muslim is the other in secular India, and had any other country done this, 2 nuclear countries, Kashmir lying in between, it would have been considered rogue action because it is still disputed territory, and they have tried to change international law, they have flouted international norms, and they have still started to move different people into an area where the law cannot be challenged, the domicile law cannot be challenged. The United Nations must act to challenge this law as well. We seek a statement, and we seek a statement from our UN representative, who should be seeing the UN Secretary General for this, and they can do it tomorrow, they can do it day after. But the ethnicity and the identity of Kashmir is being changed under our nose by a fascist, anti-secular Narendra Modi. And in any other place in the world, this would be called a rogue state, and sanctions would be in place for the rapes, the murders, the changes in the law. You can hold people for 2 years with no charge, no trial, and half of Kashmir has disappeared. That's okay to do business with? How is that okay to do business with? How is the world doing business, which is bedrocked? The bedrock of all of that is Greek thought from Cicero, from Aristotle, from the French Revolution, Voltaire, the Renaissance, all of that thinking. I've documented it here. And we can't just be told what to do with our lives. India must be taken to task. And India must be told by the United Nations that this kind of religious apartheid and ethnic cleansing in Kashmir is unacceptable. Their attempted annexation, and it's attempted, it's not an annexation because Kashmir hasn't accepted it. The attempted annexation is not acceptable, and Pakistan and the rest of us stand with the Kashmiris until they get their right to determine their future.
Thank you,
very
Madam.
much.
Senator Maulana.